Hi everyone. Well, in this session, we are going to learn the essential AI tools every working professional needs to learn. AI is a very important technology and it is being shoved down our throats. And most resources are repeating the same thing, or those who are teaching, they have only 1 or 2 years of experience in a tech which is supposedly life changing. So I feel like AI is like open heart surgery. It's not same as a fixing an engine. It's open heart surgery. Risk of doing it wrong is going to have consequences. What do I mean by that? If a bicycle falls, at most you get a wound on hand or leg. But what if you crash a bus? You can kill everyone with you. Similarly, in AI, if you don't learn programming well, you might just get a worse job. But if you don't learn AI well, you will decline your brain capital. You will not probably be employable itself in the new world. So we have to be careful. Okay. Don't get confused in the market trap, which is saying that there are 30 tools you need to learn in 30 days. No, that is wrong. Most of the advice here is wrong because if you go for shallow mastery of all of these tools, you have deep mastery of none. So in this video, I'm going to teach you just two tools and which is going to be a complete high quality credential, high quality system for any AI working. Okay. And why should you trust me? Myself, Ajinkya Kole, I have been into this training for 11 years. I have been software developer for 4 years. I have trained 300,000 developers, 7 countries. I did this job at Google, where I was a trainer. I did this job at IT Bombay, where I was a training upskilling manager. And now I do the same at my own company, AI training. So that's why I do know what I'm talking about. So I hope to tell you that you also know what you're talking about and you are as good as LLMs. So you might not know this, but the brain which you're carrying right now, it has 1,000 times more connections than the LLM, best LLM we have right now. We have more than 1,000 types of sub architectures running in our brain. We have around hundreds of algorithms, learning algorithms running in our brain, whereas these AI models have just one. So human brain has a lot of intelligence beyond just IQ. Okay. So the risk was never AI replacing our brain. We have to learn to work with it and we have to not let stop our own knowledge and learning. We don't want our cognitive capacity to decline. So use the tool, not be slave to it. This is a very important thing. Okay, so every working professional, you could be a CEO, CXO person running 5 to 50 employee company, lots of projects in all of them. It is distributed 50, 100 projects. You don't know what's happening at so many things, but you're barely managing the chaos. Or you could be a manager, tens of 20s of individual contributors reporting to you, and you are trying to juggle or so many things, keep all of that in your brain. Or you are a senior developer or senior any working professional at so in 15 to 20 minutes you will learn the right way to use LLM. Okay, so let's go the next part. Now why use notebook LM is a very important question. So whenever people hear word LLM, they by default and AI, they know this word ChatGPT because ChatGPT was the first AI launched and it is still synonymous with intelligence. But whether it is ChatGPT or whether it is Google's AI or whether it is a different company's AI, all of them are called as LLM only. Okay, they're all LLMs. What does LLM mean? It means a language model. Means it's something which understands language and it has knowledge. That's all it is. Now, what you might not know because it is not highlighted in the world is how bad LLMs are. Okay, so LLMs are brilliant. Okay, they have knowledge base of All the books in the of humanity has written, they have been taught to LLMs. Every video created has been taught to LLMs. So they have huge breadth of knowledge. They have huge narrow expertise in things, but it is not self-aware. It doesn't know when it is wrong. It doesn't know when it is making of stuff. So it might be right or it might be completely wrong. And that is a fundamental defect in these LLMs. And it's not highlighted. Why? Because these companies, they are trying to push their own project, their own product, their own company, and the evaluation is fine. We have trillions of dollars of evaluation. My problem is, because of these huge evaluation, people are truly dismissing the true importance of this tech. We need to know that it is not something we trust blindly. We cannot. A LLM hallucinates. This is the term. You can look it up. Hallucination is a term of a fabrication made up by an LLM. Okay. So language model can fabricate. It can lie. It is like it has voices in its head. It is schizophrenic. We can't rely on it blindly. That is why. The default knowledge, you might know that ChatGPT should, or Gemini or Claude is the first tool you should use, is wrong. The first tool you should learn to use is NotebookLM. So what is NotebookLM? NotebookLM is same thing. I like to call it as Notebook LLM. Okay, so it is like everything is called as a LLM, and when you say Notebook LLM is also an LLM, so it totally makes sense. Okay, but how is it different from an LLM which lies? How is it different, right? So it is different because it is completely grounded to the documents which have been uploaded. So whenever we are working, we, whatever knowledge base we have, whatever knowledge base we have here, we could have it a part of the we could have it part of an documents of this LLM, and now it is going to stick to it. It is verified, it is provable, and that is what every working employee needs. Every enterprise needs proof, verification. Okay, so grounded intelligence is why Notebook LLM should be used. So you kind of like upload your stuff to it. If it doesn't have the relevant stuff, it will say, I don't have the info. So it is not going to invent facts. And only when the safety and trust is guaranteed, is only then we can move forward and start using it safely without worrying. Okay. So Notebook LLM is the first tool to use. Whenever we use it, it can kind of like help us do anything which is related to the books documents uploaded to it. Okay, so let's go to how to use Notebook LLM. So the Notebook LLM is, go to this website here, which is notebooklm.google. This is available for free. If you have a free Google account, this product is available for free. I recommend you take a enterprise Google subscription, because then any interaction you do with Google is not used by to train its own models. So any working professional should never use a personal Google account, because the data is exposed. Okay, so buy a paid version and then you have this product available. So what does it do? How does it look like? So let's say let me create a simply empty notebook. So on the left hand side here is a sources section. That is where we upload the truth. On the middle side is the chat section. This is the chat, which is the LLM. You know, we used to ask an AI question. Let's say, what is the weather like? And it has given me an answer. So it searched internet, it gave me an weather. Okay. So if I do the same thing to an LLM, I have to upload something. So let's add a source. I'm gonna just add google.com. Mm, is it allowing me to type? Okay, I will give you a different notebook here. So let me ask, what is the weather today? So here I have already uploaded few files. This is a notebook LM. I've already uploaded a few files here, and it is gonna give me answer only related to the stuff I see here. And now it is told me I cannot find the weather in the relevant sources because Notebook LM is a grounded AI tool designed to answer extensively on your doc information only. So based on this, so this is our safety. Okay. So on the left hand side, we have to ensure we upload the high quality resources related to whatever we are working with. Okay. I recommend you should have one project of any important project should have its own notebook LM. So left hand side resource, middle is the chat, right hand side is where the great features are. Okay. So features here are, you can create a audio podcast here. Okay. So why create an audio podcast? The thing is, you can create slides, you can create video, you can create reports, but audio is how it changes the medium of interacting with this content. So we are so used to typing, we are so used to reading, but we don't interact with our material in a different modality. And that is what this audio actually allows us to do. So it can create a audio overview in language of your own choosing. Okay, so you're working with something and you're bored and you feel like it's been so long that I'm losing track of what is happening. So you can change it to a different language, your mother tongue, a different language, and same content, you can have a deep dive or a brief in a different language, and it is going to tell you in that part. And most fun part is you can join in, you can ask questions, and it can tell you, okay, in your language of choosing. And this is how you can learn about the sources you yourself are working with. Where is it useful? Imagine hundreds of meetings which every single person, I am sure, is having. So modern work calendar, if you search, I'm sure we can find horror stories of how is a general calendar. Google Calendar. Yes, this is the regular horror story of how any of our calendars look like. So it's like we do more meeting than actual work, right? So for any great project where any big project where there are lots of people working, we need to have a notebook LM for it. We should do different slides or decks. We could memorize it. We could create quiz, we could create reports for us to ready, and this is how we can master the work we are supposed to do. All of it is grounded in facts, nothing manufactured. And this is the amazing part of Notebook. Okay, these features are available for free, great features, really amazing product, and it's grounded in our facts. So you might think that this is a cute feature and how much impact could it make? You are underestimating this tool, underestimating heavily. Let me paint you a picture. Okay. In a week, you're probably doing 5 to 10 big projects. There are many 5-minute tasks you're doing, many meetings you're joining. But in total, the big chunk of work you're doing is related to 5-10 projects. Even if there are people reporting to you, total projects is 5 to 10. Now, any of the project, if you change from one conversation to another, one chat reply to another, one email thread to another, how many context switches do we do? How many to and fro communications do we do? How much time gets wasted? Some of the projects require a lot of ramp up until we can become productive. Or if we directly jump into it, we are not as effective as we could have been, right? So all of these problems exist. That is why, think of these three different use cases. Any high stake project on which your promotion is hinged on, your company's funding is hinged on, and your revenue is hinged on. It's the most important project. That's where you need to be most accurate. That's where you need to be most organized. Nowadays, startups, I've seen some of the startups I've worked, they have great technology, great people, but great chaos as well. And because of chaos, It's as if they have only one third the people instead of what they have hired. Why? Because they can't effectively use everyone. So pick a high stake project and have a notebook LM for that project. Curate essential sources for it and make it available. Everyone in your team gets that notebook LLM. And before meeting, lots of discussions to and fro communication, they can be cut short by a huge amount by just having this one notebook. Another thing is, just like there are important tasks, there are also draining workflows. In a week, there are a few things every week, which is like, just kill me now, no more. So it's like these things bleed you by 1,000 cuts, they kill you by 1,000 cuts. So we could reduce the bleed effect they have by using Notebook LM. I mean, tax work, if I am doing with an AI and it invents something, it's my money at stake. So I'm gonna have it with Notebook LLM and it can help me. Or I can do it in fun tasks. Anything which recharges me. If I do it better with Notebook LM, I will have more energy. I will have more returns on my joy. In the second case, I have more returns on less bleeding. In the first thing, I have more returns on whatever ROI which matters to me. We see there are many different ways to use this same product. If you're doing, let's say, I want to say optimize the kind of expense I do, you could simply download your bank statements and upload it to Notebook LM, and it could help you save money with in places without any hassle. You could manage your health, you could manage your mental health. I myself have notebooks for these different important use cases, and they help a lot. So this is how Notebook LM can become part of our regular workflow. Okay. This is what Notebook LM does. It's a product, but it's useful because of its groundedness. It's useful because of its limitations, and its limitation also give empower us only. Our human brain, which has more connections than these LLM models, it the knowledge needs to be in our brain, in our experience. And with when your interaction happens with Notebook LM, it's like over time you build a deeper understanding in your brain, in your own you have more portfolio of the work you have done. So anytime you wanna say, you know what, let's revisit the kind of video game, let's say, I built, or some analysis I did, you could just jump into it, and it could help you anytime. So for example, I read let's see, just a second, not here. So for example, if I'm watching a series and I like it a lot, and then I want to do something in it, I could have a even that series watching I could do with a better tech, right? So for example, I love movie Dune. I'm uploading its screenplays here, and while I'm watching the movie, there is this Dune screenplays. It's kind of like teaching me subtle things I missed, subtle things which I would love more. So it could make a experience which could have been monotonous, boring, into more fun experience. Students could use it, managers could use it, CEOs could use it, CTOs could use it. So this is what this whole thing is. Okay, so you are the system, and with help of Notebook LM, it's a power tool for your own brain. Your knowledge compounds. Imagine you are in a situation where every day you're just doing a tiny bit more. Every day you're improving your quality by just tiny bit. So it's like if you are remain the same and the end result is the same. But if you're just doing 0.01% improvement every day or every week, it's gonna add up a lot. And if it is gonna add up over 1 year, 2 years, you are gonna be so much ahead than anyone else. So this Notebook LM is part of a right system of how to use AI, and follow it along, and it will help you in your work a lot. If you have followed this, you are out of 7 levels of AI. You are at level 1 now. You know one tool, one of only two essential tools anyone needs to learn. There are many ways this could be used. This tool could be used in many different ways, and its details you can find on this link. ajinkyakolle.com/notebooklm. Okay, so this is the URL here. Not looking, can't visible. So let's do it like this. Still not visible, probably. So this is the link. I'm gonna put the link into the video description. You can go there, and in this link, what I have is, this is a notebook which is going to teach you about this video. So you saw this video. I hope it convinced you the life quality improvement it could have on your career, your finances. There are many things this could be made to help you in. So this notebook LM, if you just go to this link, if you just open this notebook, it will teach you about itself. So this is a resource which can help you implement what we saw in the video. Okay. And if you want a detailed advanced career guides about, let's say, how it can be applied for improving your career or your career growth or your financial intelligence or your improving your health or mental health, so some advanced guides, if you want, its PDF is available here. You can download from here, and this is the companion guide. So if you follow along, you will be on this level 4 out of level 7, and the rest of the system you will learn in the rest of the videos. See you then.